What's up, guys? Sorry about the mishap. I was just taking a quick shower. Let's make sure we got some. I just want to make sure we have sound, right? We got a nice live store and stream. All right. If you don't know where you're at, I accidentally messed everything up before the stream. I was taking a shower. I was rushing, feeding the cats, this, that, the third. 1 minute. I'm gonna let a couple people find the stream. Let me see if whatchamacallit, if I'm gonna scroll through here. I just want to see if the stream's messed up, if I have like two different ones up. Right? It shouldn't have done it, but I think it did. Yeah, so don't click on the 6-second one. I'll have to delete that one. Alright, guys, what's up? I'm Justin. This is the Ivy League live stream. I had to take a shower, okay? If you could, take the time. Like, please, if you could also subscribe if you have not done so already, guys. We go through so much valuable information that people charge an asinine amount of money to get, for you to get, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give people just a couple minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this bad boy up because we're going to get started. And what are we going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to do whatever you guys want to do first. Right? If you guys have questions, you guys have charts you want to go over, we'll cover what my thoughts on CPI, but I'm going to cover some charts. I have a lot of things that I kind of want to go over, but more importantly, I want to get all these levels so we know by tomorrow morning if this is here, CPI is that, we're doing this. You guys can trade SPX before the market opens, right? Just so you guys do know that, you can. That is an option. Just know you will have to limit order. So if you have not done so already, if you could take the time to subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Yes, this is my YouTube. You know what? Or my Twitter. So if you don't know, Ivy League Trading, twitter.com. Come join us. I throw up a lot of charts, a lot of ideas, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up futures. I'm going to give everyone just 5 minutes to, it's not even going to take me that long, but I'm going to give everybody just a minute or two to hop on. And we're going to get to talking. We're going to get to talking, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'll stop with that. Take a look. Good look. What do you see? All right? What do you guys see here? I know you guys see the pennant because you guys already seen the thumbnail. So, wow. Might be a sell-off. Let's see what happens when we get here, guys. Let's test the boy right now. Let's test him. See if we sell off up here. See if this is our turnaround spot. Right here at 450. All right, I'm going to go get this coffee. I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to run through some charts. And we are... Why is this doing this to me? All right, see, it was doing it yesterday. All right, I'll be right back. Enough of that. Let's go. All right, team, we're back. What's up? Sorry about that again. I had to wash my hands because I had to. I didn't have to. I had to wash my hands because I got coffee all over them. So sorry about that. You guys see? You see how long everything takes in my life? I'm gonna put a poll in chat, and I want you guys to answer it. All right, I'm gonna put a poll. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, it's not like you guys know anything about me or anything like that, so that's cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. I just want to see what people say. Right? I want to get some type of engagement. How'd you guys do today? Let us know. Please? Please, I'm begging you. Not really. No, but seriously, I would like to know how you're doing. I would like to know how you did today. If you did anything at all. If you expected this sell-off. Let's see here. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? So this live stream is not going to be like normal, but it is going to be like normal. So just a heads up for the ones that do tune in. If you haven't already done so, if you could like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. I actually had a lot of charts that I want to run through. Maybe I can send them over. So I'm going to be moving the stream, not literally YouTube, but we're going to be packing up. I'm going to go into the other room. Okay. I have another monitor. I just can't fit everything that I have here, right? I have another monitor, so no more rookie hour with the old YouTube. Yes, I know I can use hotkeys and set it up like that, but I want to be able to like be certain and not have to check. And you know, it's just me that does this. So if you guys want to support us, just hit the like and subscribe. That's all. That's all we ask. $3.99. So again, I'm going to be going over to the other room. I'm going to get that all set up this weekend. That way, you know, I can do a lot of the work too. And like right now, I have a lot of charts, but I took a shower. There was just like there wasn't a lot of time. Ran to the grocery store. It was just a lot, you know. And I was not able to run over. I was not able to send over the stuff. Maybe I could. I just don't. You know, with being on public, you know, being out, you know, streaming online with my screen right now, in order for me to get into like a lot of my personal stuff, for me to send it over to like an email, transfer it over and stuff, I would have to like, you know, you guys would see all that. You know, it's not like I have anything to hide, but you know, I just want to stay safe. That's all. So I have some really awesome charts galore, right? Charts galore. And I was hoping to get them set up for us, but I didn't have enough time. You know, I contemplated not taking a shower, but I was like, you know, doing it afterwards or doing it in the morning. But I'm like, let me just get it over with. So if you guys do not know and you're new here, I'm the best cat dad in the world. Okay, she's so glad she is my paw. Or I'm her paw. So she's glad I'm her paw. Right? It's awesome. It's the little things, right? So, I hope you guys had a great day. If you could, do me a favor, throw some tickers in chat. Ask some questions like, is there anything you're struggling with? Are you having trouble making money in these types of markets? Is there anything that we can do to help you? Go ahead, throw it in the chat. If you want some trade ideas, if you want my thoughts on a stock, throw that in chat. So, I'm going to go over some of the things. So, Biden had apparently did something with brand new, and not obviously, but they said that Janet Yellen had already brought this to their attention, right? When she went over there, it was about 3-4 weeks ago, if I remember correctly. So they all went over there, and I guess they had already told them. So I guess this private investments and like things that go on, because there's a lot of investing that goes on that's not even in the markets. Some of you guys may not know that. You know, there are things as private equity, right? You know, you may have like, let's just say you have like a Wawa, right? Wawa is, if you're familiar with that, which you may or may not be, but Wawa is like privately held, okay? There are companies that, you know, there's private placements that investors come together, you know, and they create businesses and stuff. Like, or businesses are created and the equity of that business is just held privately, right? A lot of it And a lot of the investors don't even just invest in the market, which is really funny. A lot of the investing that really goes on, the big money makers aren't in the equity markets. It's out of the stock market. It's in the companies that aren't publicly traded. Okay. So Disney reported earnings, right? We had some earnings today. I didn't write them all down. One of my favorite stocks, TTD, the Trade Desk, right? It's just something about that stock. I always just, there's just something about the Trade Desk. They ended up beating today. But for some reason, the stock came down. Now, I don't know why. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, maybe this run that we've had, the valuations just aren't meeting expectations. I don't know. But they Q3 gain, Q2 non-GAAP earnings per share revenue gain, Q3 revenue outlook issued. So I'll have to look into that. Let's just pull this up. Issued analysis. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. 4:30 on Wednesday. Reported Q2 non-GAAP diluted earnings per share of 28 cents, up from 20 cents last year. Analysts polled by Capital IQ expected a normal EPS of 26 cents a share, right? Q3 451. The company brought back 44. So there could be an issue. Wait, hold on. I'll have to read more into this. Again, I was actually out to dinner when a lot of these earnings were coming out. I had an early dinner. I went out with a family member and we had dinner and stuff. So Q2 revenue, 464.3. Okay, earnings per share again was 28 cents. What is this? I guess net income is 32.9 million. Again, I'm gonna have to go over these. I was gonna bring a pen and paper with me, but I didn't. So the Trade Desk sees Q3 2023 revenue 485 million versus 479.6. So we'll see how that goes. They're saying that, hey, we want to raise, so they raised guidance. I'm not sure here. I'm gonna have to get into it. I guess this is all in line. I guess it's in line. All right, so that's that. So the Trade Desk, we had Disney. All right, let's go to Disney. And I'm pretty sure Disney was... Now, people were talking about puts, but the chart pattern kind of said, hey, you might not want to take puts. You might want to do the opposite. Streaming service, third update, fourth update. Let's see here. Let's just click on this so I can just... So earnings fall, revenue rises, and this is non-GAAP. Right? If you guys don't know what GAAP is, you guys need to Google it. You should know it. What's GAAP, non-GAAP, all that. What is it? Right? What's it mean? We can just do that here too, so you guys get a little bit of education. Subscribers 105.7 million, up 1% quarter over quarter. Subscriptions 105. So again, I was out eating dinner, so I didn't write all these down. I'd love to have them for you, but you guys can go through these. So Disney third quarter loss 460 million. $1.03 a share. All right. Come on. There's going to be so much with Disney that it's going to be a nightmare trying to just pull it up. All right, so that's that. We're going to look at Disney. I'll have to cover this later on. I want to just simply go through charts, and I may end up sending a couple things over, as a matter of fact, right now, because I want you guys to see this. So if you guys are just joining us tonight for the first time, I do just want to say I apologize. Apologize for just, the stream running a little bit behind. The beginning of the stream is not where it should be, okay? I want my streams to be perfect. I want to get to the point. Because I value your time, right? But again, tonight we're just going to hang out. We have CPI tomorrow. We know what the markets did. We have the earnings that we can cover, all right? And what I'm going to do is I want to bring some of this stuff up so we can talk about it, so you guys know what's going on, All right, we had Roblox. We obviously had Penn. We had Wendy's. My freaking first job, my very first and only job. I love Wendy's. It's crazy. You guys don't even know how much they pay, do you? If I told you at least like, outside of like New York City and like San Francisco and like outside of the major cities, what if I told you they paid like $18-20 an hour? What if I told you they paid like $40,000 a year starting? What would you say with that? Let me know in the comment below. I may or may not be telling the truth. I don't know. I'm just trying to buy some time because I want to show you guys these charts. I think they're really important. Okay? It's really important. So let's go here. There was some good stuff. So we're going to do this one with Powell. Right? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. All right? So let's do this. I'm going to send it over real quick. I do apologize for all this stuff, guys. 2. This is so unprofessional, but, it's in the early heydays. You know what? I'm going to do this one, and then, No. And if you guys, also, if you guys want to work together, if you guys want to reach out, if you guys want to, donate to the stream to help us do what we're doing here. I have a lot of like institutional stuff that I want to show you guys, right? It takes a lot of work to do this stuff. And if you just want to simply, you guys know what I'm saying. If you guys would like to help at all, you guys, my email address is there. We can get in contact. I'll set some stuff up. Let's see here. Let's do it. All right. So this is I'm going to show you this for right now. All right. Why am I going to bring this up? Okay. Why am I going to bring this up? Jay Pizzle. What up, my nizzle? Alright, let's do it, guys. So, what do we have here? I want you guys to look at this. Would you just look at it? I'm going to have a meme every time I say that. So, obviously my phone is there, and it's down, so you guys probably can't really see it. So, I do apologize for the professionalism that it isn't there. So what do we have here? The most aggressive Fed in modern times. Paul Volcker, July 1979. Powell, March of 2022. S&P to the right-hand side. S&P 500 price returns in 12 months following the past 6 months. Let me rephrase that. On the right-hand side, S&P 500 price returns in the 12 months following past 6 hiking cycles. Okay? So, this is Powell and Volcker. This is their cycles of rate hikes. As you can see, Powell in the red. Look how much steeper it is. Right? Look at that. Bang. Okay? This is from QI Research. Danielle DiMartino, thank you. I want to give a big shout out to her. Let me make sure that I am getting that correct, because actually, she is actually, she's actually one of the women that I first would like to interview. Yeah, yep. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know why. So, Danielle DiMartino Booth, I got this from her, right? So, QI Research, Federal Reserve are the sources. So, Volcker month 0 is 1979 June. Powell month 0 is February of 2022. So this is telling you when the rate hike cycle started. And who is actually doing the Volcker? Well, as we see here in red, this is Powell. Look how steep that is, right? He's actually outdoing Volcker, right? He really is. This is it to prove it. And again, I do apologize with the way it looks, right? I do apologize. I took a quick screenshot because I wanted you guys to see this. And then over to the right, we have, again, the S&P 500 price returns in 12 months following past 6 hiking cycles, right? Look at these returns. These are 12-month returns. Remember that. All right, so if you guys want to take a screenshot of my screenshot and then screenshot it to someone else and we'll just keep screenshotting this thing, I'm just kidding. So this is actually a good chart to like look at and know. I actually have a really good one, right? I have some other good ones for you that is actually going to, and look at the returns, right? So you have 2019, 31%, July 2006, 22%. May of 2000, obviously that's not, so, yes, just wanted to show you guys that. August of 1984, boom, 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 boom. All right, so, chart off, right, chart off. Let's do it, guys. I want to go into a few things. Listen, there's just been so much stupid shit going on right now in my life, and I don't mean to cuss. And it's nothing bad, I'm not going to bring it out, put it on the stream and stuff, but it's all good. So I just, this is something, I'm a human, so I got to work on this kind of stuff. So I was going in the afternoon because when I felt like the markets weren't going to be doing much, right? I thought about taking longs. Let's go into a quick lesson. Let's just go right into charts. Let's just do what it does because I wanted to see who had. I thought Alibaba. They have Alibaba, guys, has earnings tomorrow morning. Just so you guys know, Ralph Lauren, Yeti, who Indies and works on to. So, it's kind of gonna start kind of getting boring. We had it was action packed there for a little bit. We will still get some names that'll pop up here and there. All right, Canopy Growth, things of the like win. All right, so let's do it. Let's go to the S&P real quick. So I want to pull up a 5-minute chart for you guys. Right? Actually, we'll pull up a 3-minute chart. This is Disney. I thought so. I was going to say, that looks a little weird. So let's go into the SPY. What happened today? Do we think that there's a bull market? Could we turn it around? 2, how can you benefit from this live stream to grow your account like the title says? I'm going to help you with that. 3, what are my thoughts on the market? And 4, what am I going to be looking at tomorrow? Well, I'm going to do that work right now and find out what it is I want to be looking at. Right? I was a little off today. Not that I was off. It's like I just... I'm good. I'm up on the week. Had a couple great trades. So if you don't know, you're just joining us. I was short Tesla. What was it? Monday. Okay. I think I made like just a small $1.50 either a put or a call on the SPY. But that afternoon, I ended up Monday. I put in chat, and if you don't know, if I do leave, I will put in the comment section of that live stream for now until I have a way to let you guys know, right, that I bought puts here, literally right here, before the close. I bought both puts and calls, right? The calls weren't to do anything with the puts, but I knew once we circled and made this prior support, I was just taking that as a scalp. It was totally different than what I had from the put. This was not like me trying to put on 2 different trades. I knew what I wanted to do, right? Look at the volume, right? I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know what a long time is to you guys, but again, 6, 7, 8 years, I got some time under my belt. I've got a few different cycles. I took calls. More importantly, I bought puts overnight for a few reasons. All right, because I told members in chat what my thoughts were. If you join us, we do trade live Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4, right here on YouTube. We have a big day tomorrow, guys. Big day tomorrow. So I want you guys to get ready. It's already 9 o'clock. So I bought puts there Monday afternoon, and it was like Tuesday I came in the day, and I'm like, what do I do? Because look what I got, Look at the downside I got. I got puts here, and I sold them down here at this level at Friday's close. All right. So, and this stream is a little off, so I do apologize. If you guys have any questions, please do me a favor. Throw them in the chat. Let me know how your day was doing. How are you doing? How are you doing today? And if you're just joining us like completely new and have never watched this before, we go through educational stuff. We go through charts. We talk market cycles, all kinds of stuff. I want to start bringing people on too. So if you guys, it's hard for me to be able to identify anybody. If we start a conversation and all that. Hold on one second. I don't know what the heck is going on, guys. Shit. All right. So today there was a really nice pattern put in here. Right. We'll go to the 3 minute. I had the 3 minute on. And this is what I was trying to get through to members yesterday. All right. I was trying to let them know yesterday. And this is not something that you want to just hang your hat on. Like, this is a trade for you to catch $1.50. Be taking profits every 50 cents or so. If you're just buying the stock outright, if you're buying options, give it just, a little bit of time. You could still play dailies, but you want to think about what's the percentage on a $400 option versus a percentage on a $20 option. Like, unless you're going to be spending, it's just, I'm just going to say that. Because I feel like a lot of people don't really think about, like the effect that time has on their portfolio. Like it has an effect on their P&L, I should say. So, because it's like, people like to play dailies because they're cheap. Okay, I get that. I get it. But just because something's cheap doesn't mean that that's what you should be doing, Or not that it's like what you should be doing, but what is going to be the best, like, how do I say this? What is the best probability for you to make money and decent money, right? How do you put yourself in a position where you don't have to worry about, because you have to understand there's headline risk. So if you're going to play dailies, that's okay. I scalp the SPY from time to time. If there's nothing going on and I see an opportunity, I'll do it. Just like I almost did today. Right? But I didn't. I'm just holding up. I have money in the bag. Money's in the bag. We've gotten our check this week. All right? So if you get a headline risk and you're trying to scalp the SPY and you're in an environment where you have headline risk and something comes across the wire and you don't have a trailed stop or you cannot get out of that position fast enough, you might have want to thought about that longer term call or put, okay? Because I would just start looking at the options, start watching them. I don't know if any of you guys do that's out there. Watch your options. You should, even if you're playing like weeklies, if you're playing dailies, if you're playing 2 weeks out, notice and take a look at the high and the low. At least so you know whereabouts in that range you're getting in or getting out of, right? Obviously, if you're in calls and it's way up here, obviously you're going to be on the higher end of that, right? But if you're seeing that you're down here, right, and you have a double bottom, I can go to a 15-minute chart. So, but I will. This is what I wanted to show you. This this inverse head and shoulders right here. Okay, I'll make this line a little bit darker, or, wider so you guys can see it. Because I called this out. I called out the fact that this is what you want to see when you start seeing intraday patterns set up. There's a reason why. And look what it did. Look at this. It gave you follow through, right? It gave you follow through. The important thing is, let's say if you have an inverse head and shoulders, right? Well, we had one today. You kind of had one yesterday as well, right? Yesterday's was pretty clean, right? Look at that. It's pretty clean, right? But what do you not have? Let's look at this. Let's examine them both. Because they both worked, okay? They both worked. It's so funny. It did it again today, and it did it yesterday, and you got this. But on this setup, you don't have what you had today, right? And if I go through the dollar amounts, I'm sure that today's probably would have paid you more. We've already had this pennant, this descending wedge drawn up. So we've already known, hey, until something changes, don't overthink it. Shorten at the top end of the pennant, and the downtrend. We get to the lower end of that range. We're going to buy calls. See it right there, that gold line. I'm going to pan it out and get into the 15-minute chart. But if you guys look, bang, bang. We broke out of it. This could be a failed breakout. We don't know. We'll see what happens with tomorrow. So today, yesterday's inverse head and shoulders. All right, I told guys, I said, watch. Yes, we could have got this, we could have got that. Okay, you're right. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. If this thing would have broken down and fell off, we wouldn't have been saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. We would have been saying, man, I'm glad I didn't do that. So, and even saying that, you're saying stuff that's not even, like, it's not something that happens. So you're just, the market does that to a lot of people where they just say, man, if I would have held. It's like, you're not smart enough to know. You can trust your levels. But if you run out of taking profits, or if you book some gains halfway through the run and you got your target at 450 and you're getting to 450 and you're taking profits into it and it goes to 455, who gives a shit? Honestly, don't look back and say, I should have held it. You don't know how far it's going to go up or down. No, you don't know. You can read time and sales. We can teach you that. You can read your time and sales. You can read your level 2 so you know how it's reacting. But ultimately, who's to say? I could, just like how we say, I should have held, or I could have did this, I could have did that. Well, I could also have said, as soon as it broke out, you could have got something with Russia and Ukraine, how they just blew up the major city of Ukraine or something. Bang. Or like something happened and it went into Poland. Do you think that market's going to reverse? Yeah, so we can come up with this if this then that's, or not if this then that's, but we can come up with all these scenarios. But let's just be real. So this is the pattern yesterday that I said, watch out. Even if it works, okay, I actually played calls here on this breakout, right? There's two lessons I want to go over with you guys, right? Intraday, I don't care, even if it's daily, intraday, 15-minute, hourly, it doesn't matter. So this is a bullish setup. We have a left shoulder here. We have a left shoulder, a head, and a right, and a left shoulder, right? Left shoulder. We have our head, and then we have the right shoulder. Pretty clean pattern, and you have a nice clean neckline, right? You have support, turns into resistance, right? Breaks up above, retests it. This is where you want to get long. This is actually where you want to get long. Okay, that is the confirmation with what? Not only just the volume. Look at that volume breakout. That's the confirmation. You even had like a little cup and handle there to break out, right? All types. These are the patterns you're going to start to see when you start shifting into a bull market, right? We haven't had these. Do you guys know how much Apple loves in a bull market to put in 5-minute candle or 3-minute? See, it doesn't matter what time frame. If a pattern's a pattern, you're going to see it no matter what time frame it's on. Now, you can't say if it's like the 5-minute, 3-minute, or and 1 minute. It's going to be a little difficult to see it on the 15-minute, but not really, because usually these bullish patterns will play out for at least 2-3 hours, like in the morning, and then set up to rally going into the end of the day. Like Apple loves to put in cup and handles intraday, and I'm talking clean. I'm talking low volume pullback, and it just curls itself over and gets green, and then it has a low volume, slow pullback, and it is the cleanest thing you'll ever see. Time to time, you will see an intraday cup and handle, especially from Apple, and you're like, it's like free money. All right, I took it one time, not one time, but one time a few times I've seen it, but the one time, because it was earlier in my career and I seen it and I'm like, holy cow, this is so clean. And then 2020, and then it was just something that I would see every now and then, more so Apple putting in cup and handles intradays. All right, anyway, now a stock can do anything, right? Usually the whole markets are flowing somewhat together, not the whole market, but you guys know what I'm getting at. So why was I a little skeptical until I got confirmation on this? Anytime you have a bullish or even bearish, we're going to say bullish, right? And you just take what I say and reverse it to the bearish side, right? You want, on a bullish setup, you want coming into this shoulder, coming into the head, coming into the right shoulder. You want, if you're going to be long, you're going to want a lower volume pullback on those sides of the pattern. You didn't have that here. Look at this volume increase. You had a breakout in volume here on the SPY. I said, okay, it pulls itself together. This is a 3-minute chart, right? It puts it, he got in a little bit of an accident, or, he fell, just growing up, things happen, right? Look at the low volume buybacks though there. So you pull back again. That's some decent sell side volume, right? So we find our support. What's it do, right? So far, the buying has, you want this increase in buying. You want increase, like you want this to be like 100% sure. You want an increase in buying that's going to be taken out. Doesn't necessarily have to take it out, but you just want like firm, strong, green buying there. Doesn't have to be, it wants to be throughout the pattern. Again, I'm sorry. Again, on this, and then you get to the pullback again on the right shoulder. You kind of started to get a low volume pullback on it, right? But you had this pop with selling. Okay. This is it. Because on Google, I can show you this breakout on this shoulder. You did not have nothing on the volume. You have to look at the volume, right? This RSI is rising. Your MACD longer term is putting in higher lows, but this is a pattern that I would have not felt comfortable even with the break and retest, because look what happened when you broke out. Look at the volume that's still there, right? Look at that. Oh, I thought I had the circle. I apologize. So what I'm getting at is I'm going to show you today the difference. It did it today, right? You got the follow through, but I never took it. I took the calls, right? Small, but I didn't take them here on this retest. I didn't take it on this right shoulder coming out on an increase in buying, right? Because I didn't have that. So I'm like, this could be a failed breakout. It could also go. It went. Doesn't matter. I'll let it go without me. I need to know that I have the wind at my back, right? Because this thing breaks down and we'll go like, man, it was an inverse head and shoulder. Sometimes it's almost too easy and they'll set you up for failure. Usually you won't get it this clean. It'll be choppy and they'll be like, oh, look, inverse head and shoulder. No, this is an inverse head and shoulder. The technicals that went along with it, I didn't care so much for. Again, though, I can sit there and say, hey, it is at support. It is at the bottom end of that downtrend. But again, I need to know that I'm not the only one buying, and I want to be with the masses. The masses were selling at the end of the day. You had two little pop-up volume bars here, right there on that 9 EMA, and then again off the 9 EMA, which is here. But you see how the volume did decrease a bit, but it didn't break out. There was no breakout there. So what did I have to do? I waited, right? I waited. This is what you want to see, and then you really want to see some follow through. But look what came up behind it. Look at this. Look at that strength and volume on the pullback. It actually broke the level. So whoever did get long actually did get lucky that this thing didn't break down further. Right? Look at that increase in selling. You got one 3-minute candle there. It did chug along. It chugged along. But ultimately this is bear. This is Bear Town. All right. So let's look at the difference from that to today, guys. Right, to today. And I'm going to go over charts. Look at this one. So we had it again. Yesterday's was really nice. Do you guys see where... Now, this is still, again, Still some decent volume to the sell side. All right. So we have this breakdown in the morning. Okay. But what do we have on the shoulder on the right hand side? Right. Because this is a bullish pattern. This is an inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder here. Head. And right shoulder. It's not perfect. It's there. Right? And what makes it really there is the volume. And you're going to see this. This is what you want to see to have confirmation, guys. Just please remember this video. All right. You have decent volume selling here. I'm not going to ignore that at all whatsoever. Look at that. All right. Look at that volume, guys. Look at that. So that's some pretty big volume. All right. So I watched it. I was watching. So what do we get on the bounce back to the neckline? To make this neckline, look at that. What did you get? You got a breakout in what, guys? That's what you want to see on that side of the pattern. You know, the pullbacks need to be lighter than the up move. Right? It doesn't need to be. But if you want confirmation that you have the market at your back and that you're not just getting sucked into a failed breakout, right? You're going into lunchtime. Let's not forget that. You're going into lunchtime. We know how the SPY likes to just rally on low volume in the lunchtime. Well, you got a nice poke. You know, the buyers really poked their head out right there. All right. You have another pullback, right? You have another pullback to put in the head. What do you have, guys? You guys see what I'm talking about? Yes, there's more red candles, but it's a decrease. That's a decrease in volume. All right. It's an increase in selling as it's coming down, but it is not as big as the buying. Look at that. See how the buying just bang right off of the bottom there, how it overticks the selling and you rally. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Right? Look at that buying. So, no, I don't want to duplicate. Okay. So you rally. All right, we're starting to pull back to the right shoulder. This is still an ugly chart to me, but it still worked. Right? You had look at the selling. Right? You had some small selling there. Look at the selling here. You had they tried to break this thing down, but look, they stepped away. And then what did you have? Right? The selling is still down. Look at this little, they tried one last time at the neckline, and then what'd you have going through the neckline? That you had an increase in volume. It's not high of the day volume. This is just an instant. Like, these are just things you want to keep in mind. You know, on if you're bullish, whether it's a cut like a cup and handle, as it's coming down and starting to curve on that downtick, you want low, like the selling to be minimal, if it could, as minimal as it can be. But you want greater volume to the ups on the right hand side of that cup, right? To give you, you know, if you're bullish, you want more volume on the buy side, on the right hand side of the cup. And then you want that low volume pullback, just a low volume pullback. That low volume pullback is what? That's just profit taking. That's not selling. Okay, it's not selling, it's profit taking. And then you get the uptick in the volume, and we measure them. We could tell you when, like, how far is the handle going to go down. I mean, we don't know, but there's a probability. You put in a double bottom on the neckline, right? Look at this volume. Can you guys see the difference? How the buying is out taking that selling, right? And then what do you get? Bang! You got an increase in volume on the breakout through the neckline. This is what I wanted to see yesterday, right? Off the neckline, bang. What is this? This is 446 to 447.50, guys. 50, 50, 50. You know, that's 3 50-cent take profits. That's a nice trade. That's a nice trade, guys. And you have volume on the areas that it should be had. Okay? And then it obviously went to the top of that trend line. It's probably a little different on this 3 minutes. If I go back to a 15 minutes, really where you'll see it. So it looks to me that we may have had a failed breakout, because if I bring this line down, it looks to me like it'll just cut through right there, right? And it broke back down into it. So if I draw a line, I can go to the 15-minute, half-hour chart. Like if I draw the line here, like look at that. Can you see the separation? All right. It'll probably do it on the 15-minute chart. It's just a 3-minute. It's like messing with it. All right. This line right here, I'll make it like a 4 or something. Can you guys see that? You see how its support breaks down, it comes back up to test it, breaks out, failed breakout, support can no longer go forward to the high side. It can no longer, the buyers are no longer there. And then what do you get? Bang, you got like what we like to call an increase in volume. Look at that volume, guys, on the break back into it. All right, on the break back into it. I said yesterday on the live stream to go ahead and watch for the price action today to help you see how, how everyone is somewhat like what is the price action to help you like see what is the mindset, what is the psychology going into tomorrow, what is the positioning, right? It was a down day, it was a down day. I said in the morning, watch this range. It's been easy. This is going to help you. If you identify, right? If you identify like ascending wedges or just even ranges, the SPY and the indexes, they will put in ranges from time to time, especially when there's nothing going on to move the markets. Like we just had earnings. I mean, we've went through 2 CPIs, we went through a Fed meeting, we went through earnings, right? So when we don't have earnings and you're kind of just let's say we don't have a Fed meeting, right? And we're just waiting on like data. Like the SPY will usually just put in a range. And you want to know those ranges when it does, because you can set yourself up good where you can say, all right, we're at the lower end of the range. My risk to reward is at its best, because if it breaks down, especially if I get it and I see it with volume, you want to give it a little bit. It's not it's not to the penny. You want to go long, obviously, at the bottom of the range, but you can set yourself up to take the trade, right? And then go on to trade something else. You want to have your trailed stop. You want to make sure you can always keep an eye on your position, obviously. You run a trailed stop, you can set a stop loss and then just check back into it, check into it, raise your stop loss, whatever you want to do. And that happens usually when we don't have like a lot of stuff going on, and the market is waiting for something, right? Is it waiting for the Fed meeting? Is it waiting for earnings? Is it waiting for CPI? There's the ascending wedge. All right, here's a 15-minute chart. This is technically a range, right? Somebody said not to go long here. I'm just going to say this. I seen somebody literally say, you don't want to be long down here. What in the hell are you smoking, son? Huh? He said he wants to wait for it to rally pretty much 5 points for it to break out, pull back, and then go. Instead of already having a piece of a position on. So you guys can do so many things. The market there's not one way to trade. There's really not, right? Why would I suggest to anyone to not listen to that? There's a lot of reasons why. All right, I want to go over the reasons why you should not listen to things like that. All right. Number 1, risk management, right? What does risk management involve? Well, it involves a lot of things, whether it's, how many shares or how many options you're buying, right? Your position size. Okay, it also is buying right, not buying wrong, not paying up for something later on, only to find out, it pulls back and you were right. You buy it up here and you're long and it pulls back, to an area and then just goes. So technically you still need to give it that room, right? You still need to give it that room to pull back because you're not wrong. It can still go higher. It's just pulling back, healthy pullback on a long. It should be profit taking and not hard selling. There's a difference between taking profit and selling. Expected value is what that is. It's a V, expected value, right? So if you tell me, right, that this thing has pulled back, this is a V right here. So if somebody buys right here, right, and they're long, and this is their stop loss, okay, well, their stop loss would be like down here, okay, especially with options. And then it starts taking off. And I say, okay, there's the bounce, and I'm going to buy it here, okay? All right. So why is it that this would be where this turn? Let me zoom in real quick because this is a V. All right. These are just some of the things. These are some of the things that I've been taught. So what is the difference? See, if I make it like this, then it's going to be real wide on you. So you have someone that buys the stock and wants to go long here, right? Right here at this turquoise line, I'll put a circle. I really want you guys to think about this, right? You're not going to see this anywhere else. Right there is buyer 1, okay? That's the first buyer. And this buyer thinks he's correct. He's this, he's that, the third. That's cool. And I'm not here saying I'm a guru. I know this and that, guys. I'm going to be wrong. I'm just trying to give you guys some insights and some stuff for you guys to think about, okay? What is going on? All right, I guess I'm going to make it white. All right, so there's buyer 1. How about this? How about I put it over? So this person buys long, and he has to have a stop loss, obviously below this area, right? He's going to give it just a little bit of room, okay? But buyer number 2, okay, decides to buy here on the other side of the V. Come on, man. All right, so here we go. All right, so buyer number 2 decides to buy, we'll say same place. We'll just say same place, right? Right there. That's buyer number 2. Same place, but on this side of the trade. We're going to really talk about this. So, what's the advantage of buyer number 2 versus buyer number 1? Okay, they're both long, right? They're both long. Who is in the best position? Who has the tightest margin of error? Which is, they don't have to risk as much to know if they're wrong, right? They're both in the same place. I can put it up here, but there's a turquoise line, this and that. I just want you guys to see it, okay? You have buyer A and buyer B, both at 446.85, okay? So, why would buyer 2 over here be right? Or not, nobody's right, but why is buyer number 2 giving himself the best probability with the less risk? I don't know how many people we have on here. I just want you guys to type it out. I don't know if it's like a minute behind. I'm going to wait a second because I want you guys to comment and really look at this and say, why would this buyer be putting themselves in a smaller risk, better position to go long than this person? Okay? I'll just give it a second. I'll let you guys do it. And if you guys don't know, we do trade live Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. If you could, hit the like button, subscribe. I understand that this video was not up like what we usually do, and it was kind of all over the place. We have CPI tomorrow, and after this lesson, I'm going to go into some charts. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. I have 3 individuals that I'm going to be reaching out to. I'd like to get to 100 subscribers, and before I feel comfortable reaching out to them, I'd like to bring them on, and I'd like to go over some of the things like that I'm going over right now. But I'd like to bring them on and interview them. So if you could, thank you guys so much. If there's any questions, throw it in the comment. We'll get back to you. If you're struggling, if you're new, don't be shy. Ask away. Let's get back into it. And we do trade Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4 right here on YouTube. Ivy League Trading, YouTube.com, 7:30 to 4. I'll be on tomorrow at 7 a.m., if not 6:45, bright and early. As long as I go to bed early enough. It's almost 10. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys why buyer number 2 is putting himself in the best position possible and a better position than buyer number 1. There's a lot of ways I could go with this. And then the second part to this is going to tie back into why you do not listen to people and you come up with your own decision on why, especially if you buy options, why you should be buying here and here. There's a lot of reasons why. Not even that there's an ascending wedge here, right? It's not even that we have bullish divergence on the MACD. It's not even that we're starting to get a lot, like this is where your buying is by looking at the volume, okay? Buyer number 2 does not has the best. Do you see VTGN run on Monday? I did see it run on Monday morning. I did see that. NASCAR, how have you been, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. I know tonight's live stream's a little, it's a little off because, I don't want to say it, but, I just, I'll just say I had to take a shower and I don't know. Just, I just had, there's just some relationship things going on with me and my other one. I need to figure that out. You know what I mean? I got to figure out what I'm doing, what she's doing, what she wants, what do I want. All right. Maybe we can meet in the middle. I just want us both to be happy. That's all. More importantly, I want her to be happy. All right. 2. So buyer number 1 is risking the most because all types of things could happen, right? This stock could go up. Cool. He caught the bottom. He gives it to go down here, okay? It goes down here. But what's it do? This is a perfect example. If I were to pull up the 1 minute, you would see it. So it bounces here. His risk is going to be here. Both of their risk is that little bar right there, okay? This is both of their risk. Like, they're going to give the stock this little area before they stop out. All right, they're going to give that box. That's both buyers stop out. So this person lets it come all the way down here, right? That's okay. He's still right. Okay? Bounces up, and then it pulls back, right? It pulls all the way back, bounces up, pulls back, right? Okay, he's still right. Nothing has changed other than the fact that it's not making new highs. That's a lower high right there. But it is starting to find a lower high, and you do have a little bit of volume that's trying to poke its head out. But we're not worried about that. Oh my God. These fucking charts, man. So the stock comes up, finds support, goes. Okay, so his risk was this. Okay. But what does buyer number 2 not have to sit through? Buyer number 2 also, especially with options, let's just say that, price and what? Price and time, right? Time. If you're playing options, this is also a good one for you. Buyer number 2 now knows that this is support, right? He has gotten the bounce, okay? And number 1, he knows that if he does not get above that, the chances are he can take profits, that this thing is going to turn back around. He's already gotten the confirmation that there was a bounce. If buyer number 2 does not get that continuation, yes, there can be a pullback, which there was a pullback, right? Buyer number 2's margin is here because he knows that if this bounce doesn't hold, right, he has also allowed time because those options are cheaper, okay, to be able to minimize his stop loss, right? He'll know that the trade has changed because if this is a V bottom and he's buying on the right side of the V, he is capturing this. He does not have to buy it and automatically be at a loss. This person is buying it and going red automatically because it's pulling back, right? You obviously want to buy here, but you want to buy the right side of the V. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to break it down, okay? I'm going to show you guys something because you guys are really going to see this. Lance. here you go. Let's do this, guys. All right, this is so important. The same price at different times can yield different expected value. This is how you become a professional trader. I just want to tell you guys that. All right, so this is not the only way. Okay, let's read this. Buying the right side of the V is such a powerful concept that many traders don't conceptually understand. And a lot don't, but you will over time. Just because prices are the same doesn't mean the expected value in each moment is the same. Same prices on the chart can have drastically different expected value. This is the right side of the V, obviously, right here. Buyer A, buyer B. Okay. We're going to get back to my point on why also that person said you should not be buying puts there. You should wait for it to run 5 points and then pull back and then take what? Okay, that's just so... Ugh. Come on. You're buying calls cheaper, number one, and you have a small error of risk too, because if you wait for that break and retest, it can still pull back, I don't know, quite a few points, and you're still correct, but yet you stop out and then the stock goes higher without you. So you buy the lows. Please do. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, when I heard them say, we're going to wait for it to run 5, 6, 7, 8 points before we get long. Like, no, you should buy down here. They're cheaper. You have a smaller risk management. And then you can expect that higher low, even if it goes to turn around. You just caught 10, 15 points instead of 4. Expected value, right? This type of stuff takes a while to really fully understand and grasp. Buyer point A. You are fighting the trend. That's number one. They're fighting the trend, obviously. Your probability of success is lower as a result. Your risk is potentially uncapped with no obvious stop, right? Because you don't know if there's going to be a V bottom. That's number 2. If the stock keeps going downward, your reward could become obsolete. I try to avoid buying there, as everyone should. Yes, you do want to be buying pullbacks. You do want to be buying support. Okay, so we can come up with all these things. But still, it's a really good point. Buying point B, your price is exactly the same. And especially if you're in options, you've now got those options cheaper because you've had 2-3 hours of time decay. This is why it's important to be patient. Let the stock do what it's got to do. Let it show you what the stock's going to do. Let it put its foot in the ground, and it wants to go higher. Then you just hop aboard. Once it puts its foot in the ground, it goes higher. Because if it changes, it's going to change right off of that. So if I go here, right, I know that this stock is either going to make a lower high, right? Or it's going to be support. It's going to hold, right? Or it's going to put in a double bottom. We can say all this, all that. But guess what? I don't have to sit through that. I say, hey, I've got a pivot bottom. I need to see the breakout, right? Because that's usually what happens on these. It did it here every day, every day, every day, every day. It's been doing nothing but V bottoms, right? Especially in this range. This is why I brought this buying point up and waiting and being patient, especially if you're in options. Like, trading the morning is fun, right? That's the most volatile time of the market, right? It does yield some risk, but it does yield great opportunity. I just wanted to bring this up. Buying point B, your price is exactly the same. It might look like you're making the same exact trade as person who bought point A, but key difference equals point B is now going with the trend. Point B has a different risk to reward with a stop at lows and also a clearer idea of the reward, right? You don't even have to give it to lows, because I'm going to tell you right now, if that thing were to pull itself back around, chances are on this type of pattern that I'm showing you with this amount of time that's spent down here, chances are you're not putting in a double bottom, right? That double bottom ain't going to come until the next day, right? This is a double bottom. I'm on a 15-minute chart, okay? Chances are, if you were to buy that side of the movement, okay, it's going to tell you very soon whether that's going to be a new lower high or if you're going to get that extension. All right. So, like he said, it doesn't apply to this chart pattern. It does. applies to a lot of them. And I understand exactly what he's putting down, right? I understand what he's putting down, right? This is, you know, if you, once you get some years under your belt trading, you're going to understand these a little bit. Like, I fully understand what they're trying to get at, right? You've been given the picture, like, you don't know where your stop is because we could just have a down day. So, and then you ask, why would someone buy at point A? That I don't know, right? Why would you buy it? Then I could ask the same question. Why would you buy at point B, right? I could ask the same question. So sorry about that, guys. Let's go through some charts. My charts are all messed up. They're just so crowded and ugly. NASCAR, I hope you've been doing good, buddy. I want to apologize for the stream tonight. Like I said again, I was just trying to figure out what's going on with the non-relationship that I have. So that's neither here nor there. I don't need to bring it up on the stream, but that's all. It was kind of, you know, it's life. Like I said to you guys, you're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly. So, but that was this is what I was wanting to show you guys today was a nice picture of like a bull pattern with volume on your side. That's really all. Like yesterday's, it played out, but you did not have what you should. Like, a professional trader would not have taken that with such low volume to the downside, or such low volume on the buy side, and you're buying, you know, it's a bullish setup, but that still is a really nice move, right? It's a really nice move. So we put in a double bottom. So the SPY has done this before. Let me pull up this. No, that was a 3-minute chart. So if I pull up the 15 minutes on the SPY, why do I think the SPY is going to go higher? Well, I don't. Ultimately, I think that the SPY is going to touch the double bottom, but I am starting to wonder if we do rally, right? We have all this space up here that I feel like needs to be filled. We need to at least like try to come up here and then put in like a lower high. You know, we could put in a lower high. I have a really nice, I have a really cool chart for you guys. Okay, I have a really cool chart for you guys. And again, I'll have to show it to you tomorrow because of what happened this afternoon. I was not able to send it off. I wasn't able to send it off. All right, I wasn't able to transfer it into my email. What it is, it's a chart that shows you the SPX, or, you know, the S&Ps prior to, it is 1 year before a presidential election in the month of September and August, October and November. And it's actually really ideal, right? It's really ideal to what's going on right now, right? Just like how 2022 started like the 2000s. Do you guys have any stocks you guys want me to look up? I thought about trading Tesla today. I was not able to get in that trade, right? I know Meta made a nice trade today. There were some nice trades across the board. So tomorrow, depending on the CPI, right? So if I were to pull up a chart of Tesla, right? And I'm looking at Tesla, and I say Tesla did not close anywhere near where it opened, right? Use this for what it's worth. Tesla did not close anywhere where it opened. So if I go to Tesla, that's Tesla, right? It closed way down here, and it opened way up here. 250 to 242, right? Little $8 move. So if I go to the SPY, right? But look at the SPY. Well, the SPY did sell it off in the afternoon. But it's like, so the SPY opens, and the SPY didn't either. The SPY is putting in a higher low, though. Remember that. For whatever that's worth, the SPY did put in a lower high. It did put in a lower high. It's got like a double bottom within a double bottom. Okay. To me, the momentum is to the upside. The only thing that I'm worried about the upside is the fact that this could possibly be a failed breakout, right? Today. Well, if I go to this, right? If I go to that, let me see here. Right, so if I go to that, that is a clear, it looks like a clear failed breakout right there, guys. during market hours, right? Come up. You really wanted to, if you held this 447.90, right? 440, this 447 area. I'm going to tell you right now, I would have been long with all I got. My risk to reward is at its greatest, right? My risk to reward's at its greatest. Again, we have CPI, so I can't really say that either. But I wonder if this was a failed breakout, but we put in a higher low, right? Not only that, the volume is, it's to the sell side depending on how you want to look at it between an hourly chart, 15 minute, right? So there's our RSI. There's our MACD, okay? The RSI, let's see here. Let's see. So I should have did it with whatchamacallit on. You're putting in higher lows, guys. You're putting in higher lows. Look, bang, 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 bang. Stock's putting in new lows, but our indicators are putting in higher lows. It does, man. It does. You just got to watch. You know. The SPY will get funny on you. But yes. So, like, this is something you're noticing as a trader, right? You're noticing these lunchtime breakouts. Dude, the SPY has done it for years. Or at least all this year and last year. It always does it. You're right. It always does it. It does. That's so funny. Because usually what it is you'll get that morning sell-off, and then you'll get the nibbling all throughout the day, right? And the sellers are just stepped away, and then you just have, just buy triggers buying off of the lows and riding the momentum up, right? I'm really curious to see what CPI does, and what if it freaking surprises. I feel like it might come in line, and then next month is higher. It's hard to say if they cook the books, if they don't cook the books, I just feel like this is a failed breakout, but I'm also seeing bullish divergence. We did put in a new low here on a 15-minute. We closed. Like, if I look on E-Trade or if I look on Thinkorswim, like, I can see both sides of the story, so I don't know. But the things that I try to offset with the other things is the fact that we just had a failed breakout and hold of this 447, right? But then two, on the other side of that, 1 and 1 is like, I still have this bullish momentum, right? So what's going to happen? Are we just going to come back down and put in a lower low on the MACD? But so that's like, other than like the volume, right, that I see in the order flow, like going aside from order flow, I feel like I have two bullish signals and one bearish signal. The one bearish signal is like, it doesn't even mean that it is, but this could possibly be a failed breakout. We have a large amount of volume buying the morning or the day before CPI. But two, other than like the bull case, I have two. I have a failed break. Well, I guess I have two, but I said not including volume. That failed breakout for the bear side. The bull side, I have this bearish divergence. And then I have all this area with a huge gap fill up here, right? But then again, I can go back to the bear side and say I have a double bottom to the left of me that we need to find support. So it's like tied. Do you guys see what I'm saying? I have 2 and 2, right? And then I have more bearish volume at what I think, depending on what it is that I look at. If I look at E-Trade, if I look at Thinkorswim, if I look at Interactive Brokers, it's like different setups on like the hourly, it will show me different things, right? Like if I pull up my phone, it's going to show you something different than what this is going to show you, because it's going to add in, like, it's just the way it looks, So, I'm not going to log into it right now, but the sell side is there. The sell side selling is there. So I do apologize for this weak ass stream tonight. I'm just really sick of what's going on, and I got to figure it out. Either I got to do something or she got to do something. Anyway, I'm not going to make the stream about that. Let's go into some charts real quick. It is kind of late. It's 10 o'clock, so I will probably edit out this whole beginning. But I want you guys to think about buying the right side of the V from now on. If you see a stock come in and make a bounce, right, off of that bounce, you know where you should be buying. If you did not buy the bounce, and minimize the price that you're paying, and you're minimizing your risk, right? Because you don't have to give it as much, and you paid less for it, okay? Think about buying that breakout, and then if it does not give you that full extension breakout, chances are that's a lower high, is what that is. So if you guys have any charts you guys want to throw in, you can throw them in the chat. But guys, this guy said, I'm not going to buy at 445. I'm going to wait for it to get to 450 and then let it break through 450, pull back, and oh my God. What? Don't tell people that, please. Don't put yourself out there on YouTube and think you know what you're doing, okay? Don't think you know what you're doing. Just because you've been trading for a while, you got to do this. And at the same time saying, yeah, technical analysis is cool, but news trumps technical analysis. So don't tell people to stay away from certain things. No, let them go to the liquidity. Let them go to the news. Let them go get that volume. Let them go get that RVol and that and the movement that they need that could be there. Earnings is a little different. You only really get movements on earnings. If it's like a big beat or a big miss. But that Penn news, that was a perfect example of, the thing is they had earnings the following morning. If you would have got that and it wasn't earnings season, I'm going to tell you right now, Penn would have been on everybody's list, which it probably already was. But that stock would have gone nuts and you would have seen some crazy amount of buying or something. You would have seen a crazy amount of volume on that thing. And it would have been a nice trade, right? You would have seen that thing up 10, 12, 15%. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. AMD got me today with the SPY dump. Wanted to hold but hit stop loss and had to take the L. I get it. It happens. You get something, you got to give it back. Maybe think about it. So listen, let's do something real quick, Cons. I want to put you on the spot, right? AMD, you said, right? Got me the SPY dump. Wanted to hold. Okay, so do you know where you entered and what were you using? I'm going to go over my losing trades too, because I want to be able to help, Let's do the work. This is the work. Let's go over the trade. Why were we doing this? Where was our targets? Where was our stop loss? Where are we watching the SPY? Where are we watching the Qs? To see what the market was doing. What's the overall trend? Okay. What's the 52-week high? What's the 52-week low? All right. Where's your moving averages? Where's the daily moving averages? Okay. What was the volume? Do you have an increase in RVol? Okay, is there an increase in the ATR? RVol, ATR, 52-week high, 52-week low, which is year. Or you could do year end, which we know AMD is on its highs. There's a reason for this because it paints the picture. It really does. It really does, man. If you go ask any professional trader that is on a desk in New York City, anywhere, they know all these things, right? So we're on a weekly chart. Okay, and I look at a weekly chart just because sometimes you might get something that you might not see there. Looks like it's trying to put its foot in it. It's holding up here. It's hard to say if that was a high or low. So just this week, AMD did put in a nice candle, bro. It did put in a nice candle. So AMD, I want to look at AMD too. So we have so we're sitting right now off previous pivot highs, support. It's resistance and support. Really, I would say it's down here, but not really. It's an area, right? This whole area was support, turned it into resistance. Now it's trying to turn that resistance back into support. You just need the market on your back. So this is a daily chart. Our 50-day, look at the 50-day, right? What's it doing? It's curling down, right? You do have a bull flag here on the daily. Do have a bull flag. Let me see here. I don't mean to call people out or anything. I'm not going to say their names or anything, but for someone to say that this is not where you want to, telling people this is not where they want to get long when it's at lows on support, right? That's so wrong. It in so many different ways, okay? Even if you're able to just put a starter position on because you think it's going to hold. You have all these signals, right? These indications, the indications or all the indicators are telling you that the probability that this still holds is great, right? So you're buying it cheaper, and your risk and your stop is smaller. So you're paying less and stopping shorter. That's how you save your account. That is how you lose less than when you're right. Okay? It's just how that's how you're mathematically going to get ahead of the market. That is the main thing. That's why you need to worry about how much you're going to lose. And in that statement is, if AMD is down here, I'm going to be buying here. I'm not going to wait for it to come all the way up here and retest it and go back up. Or I'm not going to wait for it to bounce up here. And then I'm just saying, like, the options, the price itself, whether you're buying the stock or the options, is cheaper. So I only got to give it, I don't know, here, right? To know that if this thing's going to flush, or not flush, but, you know, if it's going to break down, it's going to break down. But that's all. It's just like the fact that you're even buying it cheaper is the main thing there. You know, you're not spending as much money. Just put a starter position on, right? You don't have to go all out. You don't have to buy 20 contracts, 10 contracts, and sit there and sweat and hold it overnight because you can't handle it because your position size is too much, right? Put a starter on. Buy one or two, right? That way you've got the $5 move already, and you're already in it. Hell, you could take some of that profit off, use some of that profit even, and buy some more if you want. I don't know. There's so many different ways you could do it. You know, that's pretty much, you know, hold a core, trade a core, right? Where you're holding 75% of the position, and you're taking 25% off in profit, and then reinvesting it. Like, you're just trading that smaller part for like incremental moves. So if I buy AMD at $100 and I buy 1,000 shares, and I take, like, I'm just holding 800 of it, I will use the other 200, right, to just buy. It'll run up 50 cents. I'll sell some. It'll run $1. I'll sell some. And then it pulls back. I put the money back to work, and I'm holding a core and trading a core. And then as the big position's getting its profits, you know, and that's another way you can compound your money, right? There's just all kinds of different ways to trade and do stuff. It's not one right way. That's like, I'm sure if I said, I'm going to get short up here at 450, 451, right? He would have said, no, I want to wait for it to come back down to 445, break 445, come back up to retest it, to turn it into resistance, and then go. Sorry, I've got a piece on. I've already got $5 worth of price action, right? That's a percent and a half. That's how I earn the right to take risk, right? That's how I stay green. That's how I have been able to do what I do. So I want to apologize one more time for the stream tonight. So you were in AMD calls, right? You said, well, you did get somewhat of a bounce off of this area. The volume on the sell side wasn't too bad, right? I mean, obviously, as to be expected, the CPI tomorrow. I mean, you do have this, not really, I don't know. It's hard to say, but the first thing I would start with would be probably this going to there, right? So there we have a trend line, right? Off of there. And then I would put, nope. See, this bottom end is going to be a little iffy, right? It's going to be a little iffy. So that's not going to work either. It might work. It might work because it might come back down there. We'll have to see. But that top, you guys see that trend line there? That's the first thing that popped out when I seen this, right? We're going to make that a 2. All right, so that's perfect. That's beautiful. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. So our 100-day moving average, right, is right there, right? The moving average is right there, our 100-day. What's the 50-day moving average doing? The 50-day moving average is actually starting to what? Curl down. Okay, you want to pay attention to those things, because now I would expect to see if AMD starts to gap up, maybe it gaps up, but maybe we get a bounce back, right, to indefinitely meet the 50-day on this side of the chart, here in time, and that 50-day they just meet each other, right? They meet each other, bang, you know what I mean? And then it just hits it once, hits it again, and then that's it. It falls out of bed, right? So I would be looking for that, right? I would look to be shorter in the future, and you want to think about where your moving averages are. But what also happens, you still have your 100-day coming up, which does what? It's squeezing you right now. Like, this stock is getting squeezed just about with the 50 and 100-day moving average. So AMD it's going to be a sight to see when things get going with AMD. When these two moving averages finally meet up, if one breaks away, maybe this is the start of a new downtrend. Maybe this is where we start to see the 50-day start coming down below the 100-day for a golden cross, unless that's the 200-day, right? So these are just ideas you want to think about for the future, all right? If it's not going to go higher, it's just going to go lower, right? You remember that with a growth stock. It can only trade sideways for so long that if it does not go up and provide gains and is not green and paying individual shareholders, it's only a matter of time before they start selling it because it's dead money. They don't have time to sit around and wait. A lot of them do. The 401ks and stuff do. But there's a lot of fiduciaries and stuff who don't. There's a lot of traders out there that just buy the stock itself, right? They'll buy 50,000 shares, 10,000 shares, a lot, right? And they'll work their positions. And as it's just doing what it's doing, they start to get the inclination that this thing might break down. I say if we give this thing one more bounce to AMD, I'd like to see it break. Do we have any gaps down here at all? I'm just curious if we do. We do have a small gap down here, guys. There is a gap way down there. Wow, that's so far. It feels like something's got to go, I feel like, really wrong to get down here. Right? That's a small gap, Phil. What do you guys think the chances of AMD getting down there are? Comment down below. And one more time, I do want to apologize for the stream tonight. Stuff got really messed up. So I may end up deleting this because I don't want it on my feed. But I appreciate all the support, guys. It's awesome seeing you guys every night. And if you guys have any charts you guys would like to go over, you can throw them in the chat. So look at that break and retest, man. That's a beautiful trade there. Look at the volume. The volume was really low today. And it felt like it was pre-market. We called that out. We were like, guys, not that the stock can't move, but you want to just take notice into the volume. And then you want to take notice in like the movements of the candles. Like, is it really going? Is it giving you 50, 75 cent long candles? Or are they just little things that there's just nothing really going on with the stock? So you said you went long. So why, can I ask you why? Or where did you get long? It's all good. If you got long here, you got long there. That's fine. I gotta clean these charts up, man. I'm actually getting really upset that I didn't have a good live stream like I wanted to tonight. Sometimes things come up, right? Sometimes things happen. And it's not her fault. It's not her fault at all whatsoever. So I did have this trend line here. So we know up here is resistance, right? For the most part. The stock has been struggling up here. Let me take that off. Remove. I got to take a lot of these lines off because I can sit and just throw lines everywhere that I see and then just trade off of them. Remove. So there's. All right, so that's. I see one nice area, guys, right here. You guys want to take notice to this. Right here. It's a little bit higher. It's a gap. So, I think mine are good for the most part. Where did it come up with that level? Probably pre-market. AMD got me today with the supply dump. Let's see here. Oh, were you trying to I wonder if you were trying to. I'm trying to see if I could see like what you were seeing to go long, and then what it was that you were seeing to go short. Look at that double top up there, guys. That's a nice double top up there, off of that trend line. I mean, the trend line now is pretty obvious once it's pulled out and you see it. Did put in a higher low. I don't want to sit here and spend a bunch of time on this, but I just hate that my charts have all these lines on it because I know it's hard for you guys to see. So you are sitting on the top side of this area. If I had to break this off into two pieces, one being the bottom end of the channel, right, and then two being the top end, right, the stock is holding up right there, right? Look at it. It broke down resistance, broke back up. Now it's holding it as support. So we would want to see if we can just get this thing back up to this, like, I don't know, yesterday's close. See if it puts in a higher low rate, like up, maybe up here somewhere. Puts in a higher low. We'll see. We'll see what CPI has to offer, right? I have that on. So let me see here. So that's one thing I did. And look what that would do, right? You see this support back there? I can actually get rid of a lot of this stuff. This is previous support. I would actually look for AMD to get back up into that area. I would actually look to get AMD up into 112.41, 112.50. Okay? And I'd be looking to be short up here. Right here, this little box would be my area to be short. Because 112.50 and then 112.91, like it could pull up and then just like start to roll itself over. You know, that's what I'm seeing. If it's going to continue to the downside, which it would not surprise me one bit. We have been watching Microsoft, and Microsoft had a great day I think to the downside today. I was not able to catch that. There's some nice resistance up there too. So let's see what AMD does. It's holding now. Let's see if we can get AMD back up here, because we have a lot of sellers up there. If we can bring it up, maybe Friday, we see some nice selling with this thing. And again, if you guys have any questions or anything, you guys can throw them in the chat. I do apologize for the stream tonight. It's not good. You know, I don't want to put content out like this. I'd rather not put out anything at all. So Microsoft, it's just been in a downtrend, guys. I thought there for a minute it was going to break out, but this would have been a great swing trade. I'm going to go to the daily chart, but I want to see what this did today. So it ended up holding. So it did end up holding. Put in a small double bottom. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I think I might if you guys don't have anything, if you guys don't have any stocks or anything you guys want to look at, maybe I'm going to hop off here. So look, gold might be giving us the reversal. I might look to trade gold early tomorrow to the short side. Would be my play. No, this is actual gold. Damn it. Well, look at that. Bang, 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 bang. And I just, you know, I think that's probably it for that company. Oh, gold did it today, guys. Damn it. So, looks like gold is not going to give us the head and shoulders. It's going to break down. Would you look at that, man? Fudge. Wow. It didn't do it. Look. Boom. I told you guys. So, if you guys don't know, not only did I say it, here, right, on the stream. But if you guys follow me at Twitter, I just put this up a couple days ago. I put this up August 8th. What's today? August 9th. I put this up yesterday. Let's see what it did. That's what it did today. I hate when I do that. I just told myself, and I forgot about it. It happens. But there's your breakdown. Bang. Double top. Boom. So, again, Ivy League Trading. Twitter.com. It's like, it tried to claim the 50-day as support, and I was really hoping it was going to just be able to break back up and above that. But it was just resistance to a T. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just bang, bang, bang. And it's like, nope. Sorry, bud. Not today. You had a really nice pattern set up. It could... Man, from what I've seen here, I don't know if I can give it anymore. I think that's it. Right? It was just too clean of a setup. Just... Maybe it wasn't even setting up. Maybe it's just a clear downtrend, and I'm the one who's not looking at things right. But I will tell you that looks like a 38.2 Fibonacci retracement, 50% retracement. I knew it. What'd I tell you guys? See, I can tell over time when I see something, the distance that it is resistance. So that's something to see there, isn't it? Huh? No, I'm just playing. No, I do not want to extend to the left. All right, so does gold hold? Does gold hold? I don't know, guys. I don't think it does. Was there any other type of names? So, SPY, what would I look for tomorrow? I can go over that tomorrow morning or tonight. I'm just going to look to see what CPI is, and we already know our levels. Right, we have our levels ready to go. You have the 100-day coming up into you. This is BABA. They have earnings tomorrow morning. Oh, I was late. I tried shorting Roblox today. I'm almost 100% certain I literally tried to trade Roblox today. And then it just dumped. As soon as I was trying to get in, type out my orders, like the amount of contracts I wanted, it dumped on me. And I was going so fast. I was trying so hard to get that position on today, and I wasn't able to. I think that's going to be about it, guys. I just want to say I apologize for the stream tonight, okay? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to bed now, right? And I'm going to be up early. I will probably start the stream tomorrow at around 6 to 6:30. I'm going to say 6:30. I'm going to start the stream at 6:30. I'm going to come in. I'm going to go over the news. You guys can join us if you like, right? And I'm going to cover, the list of stocks I want to do. I'm going to clean my charts up. I'm going to get focused. Tomorrow, I will be... I had a great... I came in the week really wanting to just nail something nice. Got my Tesla trade. Got my puts on the SPY to what was it? It was either Monday night or Tuesday night into Wednesday or into Tuesday. Nice 5-6 point down movement. And then the little small $1.50 trades on the SPY. Tomorrow and Friday, guys, I'm going to be in the saddle, ready to go to make some money. If you guys would like to do the same, just join us right here, ivyleaguetradingyoutube.com. I just want to apologize about the stream tonight. There was a little bit going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with my relationship and stuff. It's not like, oh my God, my girlfriend's leaving me. But, I love her to death. But we got to figure something out. All right? Because I don't want this affecting what I'm doing. Because I got to eat. All right? I got to eat. You guys, the reason for me being on here too is to help get ideas, my ideas out to you guys. But maybe you guys give ideas to me. And I just do not want anything, affecting that at all. So your mega cap tech names today were the Made some decent moves today, as expected, because yesterday I said, guys, we got to see how, let's just watch positioning. And that downside in positioning usually ends up reversing the following day. From my, at least from what history was. 6-8 months ago, like playing CPI, it would sell off the whole day before, comes in just, just under, right in line, the market rallies its ass off on a day where it sells off and stuff. Like, there's just been different scenarios, so we'll see. Was this a failed breakout on the SPY, or was this a high? Are we getting this higher lows with this bullish sentiment that we have? So you get me all that resistance. Boom. That's so funny. What is this? A 30-minute chart? I didn't even want to look at Meta because I had a trade on Meta where Meta pissed me off, but it was before the stream. It was like 6 months ago, 4 months ago, I don't know. And it was being a little asshole, and as soon as I stopped out, it reversed and everything, and I was looking at the chart, and I should have just gave it more time. But I don't know. It was acting real funny, and then I haven't traded Meta since then, so I got to conquer myself. So anytime I take a stock, let's say, people will struggle with Tesla, or they'll have that stock that they struggle with, I got to come back and tame the beast, right? So today would have been a good day for me to go after Meta. I just haven't been watching it. I just so you guys know, I'm bringing this up because I still have Meta. Me and Meta have a date. That's all I'm gonna say, right? I gotta come back. I gotta get back, right? It's not even about getting the money back. It's just about, taming Meta and getting back into a state of mind of not having to. My last memory of trading this stock was a down day, right? So, I do real good. Everybody will have their basket of stocks that they do good in. I do good in Baba, really a lot of them, I do pretty good in Tesla. Baba is actually one that I do really, really good in. And gold, GLD, I only traded it, this was the first year that I really, really, sunk my teeth into trading gold, metals and stuff. And, I bought the dip back in December and all the way into January, and was taking profits end of February into March. That was a nice swing trade, because I bought calls. It was like 6 months out. It may have been like 5 months. See, December. It was early December, January, February, March, April, May, and that's what they were May calls. So it was about 5 months. Sorry for everything again tonight. Okay, I do want to apologize, and I'm gonna give you guys a minute. If you guys want me to look at anything, cover any type of news or anything, if there's anything you guys want to say or for me to look up, I'll probably get going. Because I want to wake up early and get cracking. Oh, I also was waiting for the pullback on NVIDIA. So Roblox and NVIDIA were two trades I was not able to get into today. Right off the bell, NVIDIA just cracked. Right out the bell, and I'm like, damn it. Because I think it put it was damn near $10, I thought, on the first move to the downside. And I'm like, really? You couldn't at all just bounce just a little bit right here? And it said nope. So a lot of times you have to be patient. And if you start like you're watching NVIDIA, and then you start going off and trailing off, just have 3 or 4, because you're gonna miss trades that way. So, but that's all. So I'm gonna be watching banks, NVIDIA, stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't know. But that's it, guys. You guys have a great night. I'm going to get off here. I'm just going to say again, I do apologize for the stream tonight. I do apologize. I don't like that I came out with how everything was and not organized and, not how we usually do things. So, again, I got to work on that. All right. If you guys want to, hit the like button. If you could, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. Throw them in the comment section. I hope this video doesn't freaking trend. This video will probably get like 1,000 views, 20,000 views, and it's the worst video we've ever done. All right, guys. You guys have a great night. Bright and early, right here. iReallyTradingYouTube.com. I'm going to be up early. I'm going to have the stream going at probably like 6:30. We trade live right here. You guys have a great night. I hope you guys had a great day. It's been a great week so far. Been killing it. All right, been killing it. So we'll see you guys early in the morning. All right, guys. You guys have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.